Delhi is battling air pollution with an anti-smog gun. The water cannon shoots droplets in the air in an effort to diffuse air pollutants.
Some cities are using water cannons to spray mist into the air and fight off the heavy smog that has shrouded many parts of the country in recent weeks.
New Delhi is battling air pollution with an anti-smog gun. The water cannon shoots droplets in the air in an effort to diffuse air pollutants. The Indian Medical Association declared a public health emergency in November as thick smog hovered over the city. Delhi's Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal called it a, quote, gas chamber. The city's environmental department and the Delhi Pollution Control Committee tested the cannon for its trial run on December 20th in eastern Delhi. Construction sites use similar machines to control dust. By attaching it to a truck, it can move around an area while it sprays. The city's environment minister says the city is eager to put more on the streets as soon as possible. Its manufacturer, Cloudtech, says it shoots 100 liters a minute and can clear about 95% of airborne pollutants. However, environmental experts claim this isn't a way to combat pollution for the long term.
Basic technologies like we are spraying a water in a micron size into air. So whatever the suspended solids like PM 2.5 or 10 is available in the air, that particles gain the weight and immediately settles down. So you can have immediate relief out of the pollution. This is not a long-term solution. This is a solution when there is you are helpless. The smog is there. You are waiting for the rain. So you can have immediate relief out of it.
Some cities are using water cannons to spray mist into the air and fight off the heavy smog that has shrouded many parts of the country in recent weeks. An air blast water cannon that can spray mist for a distance of up to 200 meters is being used to diffuse dust and pollutants. The cannon's barrel can rotate 360 degrees to provide optimal coverage.
The cannon turns water into mist using a high-pressure atomizing system and then sprays the mist in specific directions with a fan. The water mist particles have a diameter of 10 to 150 microns, similar to that of dust. The mist particles stick to the dust and then fall to the ground.
Another water cannon is being used in East China's city of Zibo near a construction site that was shut down due to poor air quality in the city. The cannon is used at regular times every day to combat the city's smog.
Delhi's smog has placed Bharat and Bhavik under house arrest. For more than a month, they've only been let out of the house to go to school, and even then they have to wear masks. They had healthy lungs until a few weeks ago when they developed a persistent cough. Their mother says she feels bad about restricting her children's movement, but doesn't know what else to do.
I can't explain how it feels, my 4-year-old wearing a mask, shutting down of schools and not sending a child downstairs to play. I never thought I could be doing this to my child.
While all of Delhi's residents are struggling to breathe, the children are the worst affected. According to recent studies conducted across the capital, 1 in every 3 children in Delhi could have impaired lung function. Toxic air in the city kills 8 people a day, and people in Delhi can expect to live 6 years less. In November this year, toxic smog enveloped the city for 10 days with pollutants 60 times over the permissible limits. For a few days, the government banned the entry of trucks into the city and stopped all construction activity as it promised to find a solution. The emergency measures were lifted as soon as the smog cleared, but Delhi is still breathing poison. Air quality is still at a hazardous level, and the country's National Green Tribunal has also pulled up the Delhi government for its inaction, accusing it of snatching away people's right to live. The Delhi government says it now plans to bring back the odd-even car rationing scheme, but experts say that's not enough.
We have to reduce the number of vehicles on the road. That's a simplest solution to this problem. Unless we take an overall steps through the year, we will not be able to tackle the problem.
And 9-year-old Bharat makes his own plea.
I want just smoke to go away from here so that we are allowed to play outside and go to our friend's house.
But with more and more people moving to Delhi every year and about 1,600 vehicles getting added to its roads every day, the task of cleaning up the city's air faces a murky prospect.
It was only launched last month, but a new European satellite is already sending back spectacular images of the Earth's atmosphere. ESA's Sentinel 5P spacecraft was built to map the pollution levels around the world. The first images released showed high concentrations of nitrogen dioxide over Europe. The yellow-brown gas is produced by petrol and diesel vehicles. The new mission to follow air quality comes off the back of last month's landmark report by The Lancet. That showed global pollution, particularly in poorer countries such as India, kills at least 9 million people every year.
A new study from Columbia University researchers reveals that air pollution can weaken bones. Bone degeneration or osteoporosis is a serious condition, especially among the elderly, with an estimated 2 million cases in the U.S. each year, costing over $2 billion annually. Air pollution has also been linked to many other health problems, including cancer, respiratory illness, birth defects, blood and neurological disorders. To discuss this, we are joined now by one of the study's researchers, Dr. Didier Prada with the National Cancer Institute. All right, doctor, can you explain for viewers how this study was conducted and the link you discovered between bone degeneration and air pollution?
Hi, thank you for the invitation. I'm very excited with the results. Well, this study started as an exploratory analysis. We ran some analysis in a cohort from Massachusetts, the backbone cohort, and we explored if the people who lives in the area of large Boston had some changes in calcium-related hormones and also with the bone mineral density. And we had some data of this population, 8 years of follow-up, and we found the first results that were very exciting, in which we found that with the time during the follow-up, the people who live in higher areas of exposure, higher levels of black carbon exposure, they showed larger or bigger decrease in bone mineral density during these 8 years of follow-up. We also found some interesting results about a calcium-related hormone, the PTH, or the parathyroid hormone, that is the first time that has been reported some association with air pollution and this hormone. So for us, these results was very nice. However, we wanted to link with a real clinical outcome, so we started to analyze data from Medicare in the elderly, and we explored the association with hospitalization for bone fractures, and we analyzed a large number of cases, more than 750,000 cases of fractures during 8 years, and we found the association that the people who live in areas with higher levels of exposure to PM2.5, to air pollution, showed a higher rates of hospitalizations for bone fractures. So for us, it was a great finding, a novel finding. Well, it's a novel link between air pollution and disease in humans.
A stunning aspect of your study was how you found a disproportionate impact of this link on poor communities. Can you elaborate on how environmental racism factors in here?
Yeah, one of the sub-analyses we ran in this study was what was the impact in different populations, and we explored the socioeconomic factors. And well, we observed that the people, the low-income population, shows stronger impact. So for us, it was a very also novel and interesting finding that if you are poor, your bones are also affected for air pollution. So we are very interested in this population because, well, it's not only the income, it's also your health that has been affected for many factors.
The World Health Organization said that just this year, 1.7 million children will die due to air pollution. What steps can be taken to reduce these risks?
Well, we know that the fight against air pollution is complicated, and we have been doing this for years. We previously know that it affects cardiovascular system, the lungs, and other systems, and now we know that it's affecting also bones. So we have to try to improve our air using better policies for a cleaner air, and try to motivate our politicians to work with us. It's not only about fossil fuels, it's about cost, because if you reduce air pollution, you're going to reduce the impact on human health and to reduce cost in health systems. So I think it's important to keep cleaning our air from air pollution.
In about the minute we have left, can you break down some recommendations you might make to a government following this study's publication, or is more research needed?
Yeah, well, we have to keep running research like this, trying to find more impact I'm sure that if we explore many other diseases, we're going to find in the next years more association between air pollution and human disease. So we have to continue our work, our effort in this line, try to motivate our politicians to keep working on more policies about clean environments. That's all.